Hey guys, how's it going? Now, you might be wondering why I haven't made a video in a while. You probably aren't, but if you are, it's because I decided to build my own computer to replace my MacBook Pro right up here. Now, basically I'm going to be going through a few series of videos to show how I built this computer and the parts I chose. And the first part I'm going to be taking a look at right now is the case I chose, which is going to be housing all your components. Now, this is the Antec 300 Illusion case. The regular Antec 300, the only difference is it's going to have blue LED fans. So I'm just going to take a really quick overview of this case real fast on the top here. It's a little hard to see. I'll show you. There we go. It's a 140 millimeter blue LED fan. And I'm going to take off the right side panel here. And actually left side panel. This is going to be a mount for another 120 millimeter fan you can put on the side. And this is going to be the interior of the case right here. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hard drive bays, as well as a 2.3 inch SSD or smaller laptop drive mount under there. And then you got 3 5 1/4 inch drives, which is what you would use for DVD trays or like fan controllers, that sort of thing. And then on the back here you got another 120 millimeter fan. This one is not a blue LED fan, and so you're not going to have LEDs in the back or whatever. And then going on to the front here, what I like about this case is you got 3 little notches right here. The front of this case just opens right up and comes straight off. And you got 2 120 millimeter blue LED fans in the front. And you might see I kind of routed the cables really weird. Normally they can just go straight in the back and plug into your power supply. But I kind of mounted them and kind of strangled them up through here so I can put a fan controller up there in the future. You got on the front here 2 USB 2.0s. The reason it doesn't have USB 3.0 is because this is actually a pretty old case, the Antec 300. It came out in, I think, 2008. And USB 3.0 really wasn't out then. So they do have an Antec 300 2. And it has USB 3.0, but this worked fine for me. The motherboard I have has USB 3 in the back, so whatever. The fans, one thing worth mentioning, all the fans have a fan controller built in. There's either 2-speed fans or 3-speed fans, the ones in the front. And this is the Antec Illusion case. If you get just the regular Antec 300, it's not going to have blue LED fans, which who knows if that means anything to you. The ones in the front are 2-speed. You've got high and low settings. The one on the top is 3-speed, high, medium, low, and the one in the back is 3-speed, high, medium, low. So that is the front of the case. One thing I'm going to say I like about this case as well is here you got an air filter. So it will filter the air coming in through the case, which is more important than the air coming out because the air going through your case is going to be circulating throughout your components. So this fan, or this filter I should say, is really easy to remove. Basically, to take this air filter off, you're just going to pop off 3 tabs and pull it straight out. No screws or anything, so it's easy to take out. One thing I like about that, also, if you're going to mount a DVD drive or whatever, you can just take these little tabs and pop one of these out. Really easy. And I like this because opposed to some cases where the ports are actually attached to the front panel, you have cords stringing everywhere and you have to unplug them or whatever. This one you can just pop straight off to clean the dirt out, and then to put it back on, you're just going to take these latches and they go straight into these screws, and then it just clicks back in place, just like that. Moving on to the right side, you just got a flat blank black panel here. One thing worth mentioning, these doors that open, they swing out and they pop off. Pretty durable, it's not going to wear out or anything like that. So on the side here, you got basically a place where you can route all your cables. You've got a big cutout here for your aftermarket coolers for your CPU. If you have a big backplate or whatever, you can mount that there. Now, one thing worth mentioning this is one of the things I don't like about this case. It doesn't have a lot of places to route your cables. You might see this hole right here. This is actually where the power supply is going to go, and you can't really fit any cables in there. I actually drilled a couple holes through these to route some of my cables that are going from the front panel. So if you're wondering what that is, that's what that is. I'm going to drill another hole up here for my my CPU power, and I'm going to route that through the back there. So that's one thing that you could say is negative about this case. There's not a lot of places to route your cables, but you do have this big area right here, and this is where you can basically take all your big cables and everything and route them right there. Keep this in mind if you're using a non-modular power supply. If you're using a modular, then you could just unplug what you don't need, and you shouldn't really have too many problems because this area right here is enough to put extra SATA connectors and that sort of thing. So you shouldn't have that big of a problem. You do have a few places where you can use twist ties or zip ties right here. And that's pretty much it for this side. Going on to the back here, nothing really special. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 expansion bay slots. Your motherboard cut out right here. I already built this computer and I've been using it for about a month and a half. So if you're wondering why I have some of the parts already in here, it's because I'm just going to do a review of what I think of the case, then I'll go through the other parts later because I don't have power supply right now. I'll go over that later. So you got your power supply cut out right down here. Kensington lock if you're going to use that. And then there's your back fan again. So, for the first computer I've built, and this is the only case I've ever used, my opinions on this case are, for the price, this is a really good case. It is all steel, there's really no plastic parts. This front panel right here, even the mesh grill on the front is metal. So I do like this case. I think it's going to be really durable. So you might say the things I don't like about the case. It doesn't have a lot of cable routing options. Like I said, I drilled 2 holes out right here. And I think I'm going to drill another one right up here for the CPU power. And other than that, one thing that, first world problems, the hard drive cage is facing this way. So all your cables might be kind of cluttered right here with your motherboard. A lot of the newer cases, the hard drive cages are actually facing this way, so you could just plug them in the back and you don't have that many problems, but it's not really a problem to me. But one thing worth noting, it doesn't have any hard drive sleds that go on here, so there's little rails right here where your hard drive can rest and slide in. Let me show this real fast. So as you can see, I have an SSD on the top there, and I have a notebook drive on the bottom, and they're both on hard drive little 2.5 to 3.5 inch adapters, and so you don't have any hard drive sleds, is my whole point of saying that, and there's only one SSD mount right down here. But the thing about it is it's on the bottom of the case, and I'm not really worried about like vibration or whatever. But what I am concerned about is you can't really plug in the SATA connectors. You can barely get it in if you have like a straight plug, but the SATA power connectors, it's really hard to get in there unless one's like upside down or whatever. So if you're using SSDs, just keep in mind you probably need to get a 3.5 to 2.5 inch adapter. Most SSDs will come with one, but if you're using like a notebook drive like I am, I had to buy it. It's only like a few dollars, but just worth noting. One other complaint somebody might have is that there's no cutout right here for this power supply, so you can flip it upside down and have it exhaust air out the bottom. For me, this isn't going to really be an issue because I have mine on the floor and I don't really want it blowing down. I'd rather have air taking out of the case and pushing it out the back, which is what I'm doing. So, really the 3 only negative complaints you could have about this case. It's not a lot of SSD memory options. Cable routing isn't the best, but it's still there on the back here. And then there is no power supply cut out on the bottom. Other than that, I think this is a great case for the money. This is the one I chose because of all the features it has. Keep in mind, if you're buying the Antec 300 Illusion case, you are going to get really good airflow from out of the box performance. You got 140 on the top, 120 on the back, and two 120s in the front. One more negative I want to mention. If you are using water cooling, and say you're going to get a radiator, not 120, but a double 240, I guess, the radiator. On the top here, you don't have an option for that, which many cases do. This is just a 140 millimeter fan right up here. So, and then on the back here, you only have a single place for a 120 millimeter fan. So if you're going to be using a closed loop cooling system, dual radiator, then this case might not be for you. But other than that, like I said, all steel, really durable. I like this case for what I'm doing, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. In the next video, I'm going to be taking a look at the other parts I used, and I'll put an annotation at the top of this video if you want to take a look at that, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.